what's on the ground. Things are tight.
Kenya's economic crossroads: debt, jobs, and the cost of living crisis. Is Kenya's economy about to collapse? Kenya is at a breaking point. A debt crisis looming over the economy, millions struggling with the high cost of living, and a government caught between painful reforms and public anger. Tonight, we go beyond the headlines into the real story of Kenya's economy. Why do the numbers say one thing, while ordinary Kenyans feel something completely different? And is there a way out? For years, Kenya's economy has been walking a tightrope, borrowing heavily to fund growth, while everyday citizens bear the weight of rising prices. Now, a new World Bank report warns that without urgent action, the country risks sinking deeper into debt distress. But at the same time, families are asking, if inflation is low, why does everything still feel so expensive? The debt crisis. Can Kenya turn it around? Shout out to our dear subscribers. We would not be here without you. To our non-subscribing friends, your support is as valuable. If you can take a second to hit the subscribe button, that will be fantastic. Let's start with the debt crisis. Kenya's public debt has ballooned to nearly 70% of GDP, much of it in expensive commercial loans. The World Bank says this is unsustainable, but their latest report also offers a surprising solution. Kenya could cut its debt by a third if it makes tough reforms. Austerity alone won't work. Kenya needs smart fiscal reforms, not just cuts, but policies that boost jobs and growth while stabilizing debt. Tax reforms. Close loopholes, tax the informal sector, reform property taxes. Spending cuts. Slash wasteful subsidies, privatize struggling state firms like Kenya Airways. Governance fixes. Digitize revenue collection, crack down on corruption. Undercover footage of bribery at a licensing office. But here's the catch. These reforms hurt before they help. Higher taxes, cuts to subsidies. Kenyans are already stretched thin. A driver stated, "They say reform, but how do I feed my family when fuel keeps going up?" The inflation paradox, why the numbers lie. Now, let's talk about the biggest frustration for ordinary Kenyans. The government says inflation is down to 3.8, so why does everything still feel so expensive? The truth: averages lie. Yes, some prices fell like milk and potatoes. But the staples that actually fill your plate: maize flour up 4%, sugar up 5%, rent still sky high. And if your salary hasn't budged in years, even a low 3.8% inflation feels like a pay cut. Economist Vivian Okala breaks it down. Inflation measures year-on-year change, not real prices. If bread was 100 shillings last year and is now 103 shillings, that's 3% inflation. But you're still paying more than 2 years ago. A deep dive into hidden costs. Electricity bills, hidden taxes, and forex adjustments keep power costly. Transport. Despite fuel prices stabilizing, matatu fares never dropped post-2024 hikes. The shock hangover. Global crises: COVID, Ukraine war pushed prices up permanently. Wages never caught up. And for families like Jane's, who spends 80% of her income just on food and rent, the official numbers mean nothing. The way forward: pay now, gain later? So what's the path forward? The World Bank insists Kenya must reform now to avoid a deeper crisis. But is there a way to do it without crushing the poor? Targeted social protection. Redirect subsidy savings to cash transfers for vulnerable families. Wage growth policies. Incentivize formal jobs, boost minimum wage enforcement. Regional price controls. County-level interventions when maize or fuel spikes hit certain areas. A member of parliament said, "These reforms are just more pain for the people. Where's the plan for jobs?" World Bank answers, "Yes, it's painful, but the alternative, doing nothing, leads to a full-blown debt crisis. Then everyone suffers." Kenya's choices today will shape its next decade. Reform could mean a leaner, more productive economy, or it could spark unrest if the pain isn't shared fairly. One thing's clear: the numbers alone won't fix this. It'll take smart policies and leaders who listen to the streets, not just spreadsheets. What's your take? Can Kenya balance debt and dignity? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real news, real analysis. Thank you for watching. For VlogND, I'm Sal Pier. Good night.
2025, still hustling for basics. Inflation's down, but our lives ain't faceless. World Bank says there's a plan to recover. Debt down, jobs up, reforms to discover. Tax base wide, loopholes closed. Formal businesses finally exposed. Reform spending, invest in the people. Education, health, make it equal. But more than that,